Hello everyone, welcome back to 60 Thoughts. In this video lecture, we will discuss one of the interesting real-life application of sample test for double mean problems in testing of hypothesis. Let us consider one real-life application. The following table gives the values of protein from Congaian cow milk and buffalo milk. Okay. So here we have data. So this is cow milk. Cow milk we have 1.9, 1.95, 2.02, 1.85 and 1.8. Similarly, we have data for buffalo cow milk, right? So using these two data, examine if these difference are significantly high or not. Okay. So student t test, right? So how to identify your data will be small sample test for double mean means. So here we see they given two different sample data, right? One is cow sample data. So here we have how many observations are there? Only six observations are there. So n value is 6. Here also n value is 6. Therefore, your n value is strictly less than 30. Your problem belongs to small sample test, and also they given two different samples. So called a what? Small sample test for double mean problem. So first we write a given values from the given problem, right? So the sample size, okay, one is n1 equal to 6 and n2 also 6. And also the given sample observation data, one is cow milk, another one is buffalo milk. So using these two, we define one by one, which means we write step by step. Step number one, first we define null hypothesis. Null hypothesis, it is denoted by H naught from mu1 equal to mu2. Second one, we consider alternative hypothesis, that is H1 from mu1 not equal to mu2, and also our problem belongs to two-tailed test. Students, suppose you don't know how to identify two-tailed test, please refer my previous video lecture. Topic is one-tailed and two-tailed test. So once you refer that video, then only you will understand how to write a one-tailed problem and two-tailed test, right? Step number two, here they are not mentioned any percentage level. So we consider the standard level of significance is 5%. Step number three, we find a t value, right? So we know that the test statistics is t equal to x1 bar minus x2 bar by square root of this term. So this is equation number one. So at present we know only n1, n2 value. That is what? Both values are 6. Remaining value we don't know. So first we find what is s1 square, s2 square, x1 bar, x2 bar. Okay. So also we know that s1 square is nothing but 1 by n1 sum of x1 minus x1 bar whole square, s2 square equal to what? In terms of n2 and the x2. So this is equation number 2. Okay. Next we write what is x1 bar, x2 bar. x1 bar is nothing but 1 by n1 into sum of x1I. This is called sample data 1, which means we consider sample data 1 is what? Congaian cow milk. Sample data 2 we consider buffalo milk, right? x2 bar. How to find x2 bar? 1 by n2 into sum of x2. So first using given data, we find x1 bar, x2 bar. Once we know x1 bar, x2 bar, then we find this value, right? So first I am going to find the x1 bar value. So how to find x1 bar? So now x1 bar is nothing but sum of x1I by n1. So this is nothing but what? Congaian cow milk value. Adding all values by n value is what? N1 value is 6. So using calculator we get 1.92, which means adding all values you get one answer. By 6 you get 1. Similarly we find x2 bar. x2 bar is nothing but sum of x by n2. Sum of x2 is nothing but we can follow milk data. So adding values by 6 0.178. Now x1 bar, x2 bar. Now I am going to find s1 square, right? So before find x1 square is minus x1 bar whole square value. After that adding all this, we get sum of x1 bar whole square, right? So here x1, that is we consider Congaian cow milk data. X1 bar to the here to the minus 1.92, we get minus 0.02, takes 0.004. Consider that 0.95 minus 1.92 whole square and 1. So likewise we get all data values, right? So next, now we are going to add all four values. So we get the sum of what? That is nothing but s1 square equal to 1 by n1 sum of x1 minus x1 bar whole square. This is nothing. Adding these six values, we get a sum of x1 minus x1 bar whole square. That is 0.037 by 6. So using calculator, we get 0.00616. Okay, similarly, we find s2 square. S2 square means what? 1 by n2 sum of x2 minus x2 bar whole square. So before that, we find this term answer, right? So also we find x2 bar, we consider a what, buffalo cow milk data, x2 minus x2 bar whole square. What is x2 bar? Answer 2.178. So substitute the first value 2.12 minus 2.178, you get one answer. That answer you take square, we get this one. Similarly, 2 minus 2.178, we get minus 0.178 square means we get this answer. Likewise, we get remaining values, right? Now we find S2 square. S2 square formula is what? 1 by N2 sum of x2 minus x2 bar whole square. So how to find this value? Add these six values, we get answer is 0.115166 by N2 value 6. Using calculator, we get 0.01919. So we know S2 also. So substitute S1 square, S2 square, x1 bar, x2 bar in equation number 1. So from 1 implies t equal to square root of x1 bar 1.92 minus x2 bar 2.178 root of n1 value 6 s1 square plus 6 s2 square by n1 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. Using better, we simplify this, we get minus 3.1. So here we have minus, we take modulus. So modulus means it gives always positive. So modulus of t equal to 3.41. Next, we degree of freedom for this. What is degree of freedom for this? Gamma equal to n1 2 minus 2. So we get 10. Using a degree of freedom value, we write step number 4. What is step number 4? We write table value, right? The table value of modulus of t at 5% level of significance for the degree of freedom is what? 10. That is nothing but t alpha equal to 2.228. How to write this one? So using statistical table value, right? I will show how to write this one by using statistical table value. So this is your statistical table value for student t distribution. Our problem belongs to two-tailed test 5%. What is degree of freedom? Degree of freedom value is 10. So 10 answer is what? 2.228. So this is called a critical value answer, that is 2.228. Using, so we get table value. Okay, so therefore we get a critical value, that is t alpha equal to 2.228. So now we write step number 5. What is step number 5? We write conclusion by using step number 3 and step number 4. What is step number 3? So here the obtained value, it is denoted by modulus of t equal to 3.641 is strictly greater than the table value, it is denoted by t alpha equal to 2.228. So therefore, we reject the null hypothesis, that is H naught, and we accept alternate hypothesis, that is H1. So hence the difference is highly significant, right? So this is the way we have to find what? Testing of hypothesis problem, right? So this is the, okay. So this is the way we have to find the testing of hypothesis problem. I hope you enjoy the session.